The door slammed shut with a finality that echoed through the empty house like a gunshot, but it was the silence that followed that gutted me. There, in the dim glow of the Christmas tree lights flickering against the frost-laced windows, my daughter Lily sat cross-legged on the threadbare rug, her small hands clutching a half-eaten candy cane. Her eyes, wide and uncomprehending, met mine as I dropped the phone from my ear. "Mommy, why can't we go to Grandma's?" she asked, her voice a fragile whisper that cracked my heart into shards. I knelt beside her, pulling her into my arms, but inside, rage boiled like venom. My own family had just banished us from Christmas dinner because Lily, my beautiful, adopted 7-year-old with her caramel skin and curls that didn't match their pale uniform lineage, didn't fit the family photo. The words from my mother's call replayed. "It's just traditions, dear. You understand." Understand. I wanted to scream, to shatter every heirloom plate they'd pass around that table. Instead, I held Lily tighter, whispering lies about a special night just for us, while my mind ignited with the first sparks of something darker. Revenge. That Christmas Eve, the house felt like a tomb. The scent of pine from the tree mingled with the faint, acrid burn of the fireplace we'd lit to chase away the chill, but nothing warmed the ice in my veins. I'd spent weeks preparing, baking gingerbread men with Lily, stringing lights until our fingers blistered, all in anticipation of the annual family gathering at my parents' sprawling Victorian home in the suburbs. It was supposed to be a reunion, a balm after the divorce that had left me raw and isolated. But now, as I paced the creaky wooden floors, the betrayal sank in like claws. My brother Mark had been the one to suggest it first. I learned later from a leaked text chain. "She's sweet, but let's keep it blood family this year," he'd typed, as if Lily were some stray we'd picked up. My sister, Elena, had chimed in with a thumbs-up emoji, her passive aggression as sharp as ever. And my parents, they'd caved, prioritizing their precious harmony over their granddaughter. I tucked Lily into bed that night, her room a cocoon of stuffed animals and fairy lights, but her questions lingered like ghosts. "Did I do something wrong?" she murmured, her breath warm against my neck. "No, baby," I lied, stroking her hair, but inside, denial warred with fury. How could they? I'd given them everything. My youth swallowed by their expectations, my marriage to a man they approved of, even adopting Lily through channels they recommended. Yet here we were exiled. As she drifted off, I retreated to the kitchen, pouring a glass of wine that tasted like ash. My reflection in the window stared back hollow-eyed, a woman in her mid-30s who'd always played the peacemaker. But tonight that role shattered. Fantasies flickered, showing up uninvited, unleashing a tirade that would scar their perfect evening. Or worse, exposing their secrets, the ones I'd buried for years to keep the peace. The next morning, Christmas Day, dawned gray and unforgiving. Snow blanketed the yard outside our modest rental, muffling the world like a shroud. Lily woke with forced excitement, unwrapping gifts I'd scraped together. A dollhouse, books, a necklace with her birthstone. We ate pancakes by the tree, her laughter a fragile melody against the storm in my chest. But as she played, I scrolled through social media on my phone, the screen's blue light casting shadows on my face. There they were, my family's posts filtering in. Elena's Instagram story showed the dining table groaning under turkey, ham, and pies, captioned "Family Traditions Forever." Red heart, Mark's tweet. "Best Christmas with the clan. #blessed. No mention of us. The humiliation burned, a hot coal in my throat. Heartbreak twisted into resentment. How dare they erase us? I imagined their laughter, the clink of glasses, while we sat in this empty house, the heater humming like a distant apology. By afternoon, obsession took root. I bundled Lily up and took her to the park, the crunch of snow under our boots a rhythmic distraction. She built a lopsided snowman, her mittens caked in white, giggling as flakes dusted her lashes. Watching her, guilt gnawed at me. This wasn't her fault. She was innocent, a child caught in the crossfire of bigotry I'd ignored for too long. My family had always been subtly racist. Comments about fitting in at church side-eye at diverse neighborhoods, but I'd excused it as old-fashioned. Now it had poisoned everything. As we walked home, the winter sun dipping low, casting long shadows across the frozen ground, I felt the first stir of cold resolve. Revenge wouldn't be impulsive. It had to be surgical, a blade slipped between ribs. That evening, after Lily was asleep, I sat at my desk in the study, the room lit only by the desk lamp's warm glow. Papers scattered around me. Old family photos, letters, financial docs I'd helped my parents with years ago. My mind raced through options. Confrontation. Too messy. Legal action. Pointless for emotional wounds. No, it needed to hit where it hurt. Their facade of perfection. My parents, pillars of the community, ran a small charity foundation for underprivileged youth. Ironic, given their rejection of Lily. Mark, the golden boy, was climbing the corporate ladder at a tech firm. His marriage to his high school sweetheart a polished veneer over his affairs. Elena, the artist, lived off trust funds while preaching equality on her blog. Layers peeled back in my thoughts. Their hypocrisies, vulnerabilities I'd overlooked. Doubt crept in as I sipped cold coffee, the mug's ceramic cool against my palm. Was I becoming the monster? Moral conflict churned. Revenge might taint me, scar Lily further if she learned. But the image of her alone by the tree fueled me. I started small. Anonymous emails from a burner account, hinting at their prejudices. How does it feel to exclude your own blood? I typed, fingers trembling on the keys. But that felt petty. No, it needed depth. I recalled a conversation from Thanksgiving, Elena whispering about Dad's indiscretions with the foundation's funds, minor embezzlement to cover gambling debts. Proof. I had scraps from helping with taxes. The plan coalesced. Expose them piecemeal, let paranoia fester. The following week blurred into a haze of normalcy laced with scheming. At work, as a graphic designer in a quiet office downtown, I stared at my screen, designing logos while my mind plotted. Colleagues noticed my distraction, the way I'd clench my jaw during breaks, eyes distant. "Everything okay, Sarah?" my boss asked one day. His voice muffled by the hum of printers. "Family stuff," I muttered, forcing a smile that didn't reach my eyes. Home was worse. Lily's innocent questions about when we see Grandma again stabbed like knives. I deflected with stories, but resentment built, a pressure cooker. Subtle hints emerged. I called Mom under pretense of reconciliation. "We missed you," I said, voice steady despite the bile rising. The line crackled with tension. "It was complicated, dear." Mark thought it best. Her words dripped with evasion, revealing nothing new but stoking my fire. "Lily cried all night," I added, a lie to twist the knife. "Silence, then. We'll make it up next year." No apology. Hanging up, fear mingled with excitement. What if they suspected? But no, I was the compliant daughter. They'd never see it coming. By New Year's Eve, the plan solidified. I'd leak the foundation's irregularities to a local journalist friend, anonymously. Frame it as concern for the kids it helped. Mark's affairs. A tip to his wife. Elena's plagiarized art. Exposed on forums. But doubt lingered. Was this justice or obsession? In bed that night, fireworks booming outside like distant thunder, I stared at the ceiling, heart pounding. Guilt for Lily warred with rage. She deserved better than their rejection. Resolve hardened. They'd pay slowly until their perfect world crumbled. As January's chill deepened, I executed the first step. From a coffee shop, the aroma of espresso grounding me, I sent the email to the journalist. "Check these docs." Attached scans of discrepancies. No trace back to me. Waiting for the ripple. Tension coiled like a spring. At home, Lily drew pictures of our special Christmas. Her crayons scratching paper, oblivious. Watching her, a pang of moral conflict hit. What if this backfired? But the betrayal's scar throbbed. The slow burn had begun. The first crack appeared 2 weeks later, on a blustery February morning. Snow flurries whipped against the windows as I scrolled the local news on my phone, coffee steaming in my hand. There it was, Local charity under scrutiny for financial mismanagement. My parents' foundation named. Details mirroring my leaks. Heart racing, I feigned surprise when Mom called. Her voice frayed like old wire. "Sarah, have you seen this? It's nonsense. Probably a disgruntled donor." I murmured sympathies, but inside, satisfaction bloomed, cold and sweet. "Who would do this?" she wailed, the background noise of Dad's muttered curses adding texture to her panic. "Enemies, I suppose," I replied, voice neutral, suppressing the urge to laugh. Hanging up, I hugged Lily goodbye for school, her backpack slung over her shoulder, and whispered, "Things are changing, sweetie." She smiled, unknowing. The suspense built like storm clouds. Mark called next, his tone accusatory. "You hear about Mom and Dad? Weird timing after Christmas." Paranoia laced his words. Did he suspect? I played innocent. "What do you mean?" Our dialogue danced on eggshells, revealing fractures. "Just saying you were upset." Suppressed rage simmered. I wanted to hurl accusations, but patience was key. "I'm over it," I lied, ending the call. Alone, fantasies escalated, watching their empire fall piece by piece. Inner conflict raged as weeks passed. At night, doubts assaulted me, the plan's moral grayness. Was I justified, or had resentment twisted me? Lily noticed my edginess, her small hand tugging mine during dinner. "Mommy, you look sad." Heartbreak pierced. This revenge was for her, yet it isolated us further. But resolve won. They'd humiliated us, erased her. No turning back. Elena's turn came mid-March, spring's tentative thaw mirroring the melting of their facades. I'd anonymously posted evidence of her original art, side-by-side comparisons with stolen works, on art forums. The backlash hit social media like wildfire. Her blog comments exploded. "Plagiarist. Hypocrite." She texted me frantic. "Sarah, my career's tanking. Help." I replied coolly. "What can I do?" Our conversation unveiled her vulnerability. I was inspired, not copying. "Please talk to Mom for me." Manipulation dripped, but I saw her fear. The artist unmasked. Tension peaked at a family emergency meeting they called in April at their home. The drive there, rain pattering on the windshield like accusations, amplified my nerves. Lily stayed with a sitter. This was adult warfare. Pulling into the driveway, gravel crunching under tires, the house loomed, once welcoming, now a battleground. Inside, the air thick with tension, sense of Mom's potpourri cloying. They sat in the living room, faces drawn, Dad's hands trembling on his cane, Mom's eyes red-rimmed, Mark pacing, Elena curled on the couch. "Who's doing this?" Dad barked, voice gravelly from years of cigars. Dialogue erupted, natural and raw. "It's coordinated," Mark insisted, eyes flicking to me. First the foundation, now Elena's mess. I sat composed, heart thundering. "And your promotion got stalled, right?" Elena shot at him, revealing his own cracks. Rumors of affairs reaching his boss, courtesy of my tip. Suppressed rage boiled over. "This family's falling apart," Mom cried. Guilt flickered in me. Seeing their pain humanized them. But then Dad muttered, "Maybe if we'd kept things simple like Christmas." The reference ignited me. "You mean excluding Lily?" I snapped, voice low. Silence fell, heavy as lead. The confrontation escalated, suspense taut. "You think it's me?" Challenged, standing. Mark stepped forward. "Who else?" Revelations poured. Their motivations laid bare. "We were protecting traditions," Mom admitted, tears flowing. "Lily's different." Heartbreak twisted into fury. Confirmation of their bigotry. But doubt hit. My revenge had hurt innocence like the Foundation's kids. Moral conflict peaked. As accusations flew, I confessed fragments. "You betrayed us. This is karma." Shock rippled. But the twist came when Elena whispered, "Wait." I started the exclusion vote because Lily's dad. Secrets unraveled. My ex-husband before the divorce had confided in her about doubts over adopting a non-white child, echoing their biases. They'd used it to justify. Betrayal deepened. Not just family but echoes of my failed marriage. In the chaos I revealed my hand fully. I leaked it all. But poetic justice struck. Dad's gambling exposed, leading to audits. Mark's marriage imploded. Elena's reputation shattered. Yet unexpected consequences. Lily, learning bits, felt empowered. They were mean, Mommy. We don't need them. Psychological impact hit me. Revenge sated but left me hollow. We parted in ruins. Rain now torrential outside. Driving home, wipers slashing. Resolve mingled with guilt. The family fractured, but Lily and I, we'd build anew. The twist. Weeks later, an anonymous donation revived the foundation, mine from savings. Redemption. Or final control. The empty house filled with our laughter, shadows banished. Revenge's price. A scarred heart but freedom.